What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are doing the Browns 7-round updated mock draft. Some of you guys requested this, and you know what? I'm doing the Washington football team tomorrow, as of course I lost a bet. So I want to fill in something today. Promised you guys both the Cowboys and the Browns, and I haven't done an updated Browns one, so this isn't even a revamped one. So long overdue. I obviously have to redo the Steelers as well. Lots of videos coming, guys. Don't worry. It is in the height of final season, so drop a like, comment, subscribe. We're over 900 subs. It's awesome. To think that we can just get to 1,000 in the next couple weeks is just it's mind blowing to me. Having been at what I was at 100 from May 14th all the way up to October 20th, and then now I'm here at 900. Absolutely love the support from you guys. But as I say in every video, you guys aren't here to hear me blabber about the channel. You're here to hear me blabber about the Browns. So let's do this, guys. Let's start this shit. And so you guys actually understand that I do take some time into studying your guys' contracts. I just wanted to shout out sporttrack.com here. I always look this up. They always hook a guy up with being able to see all your contracts, all the dudes who are starting as well. It is a true blessing to be able to see everything in such a good form. So if you guys are thinking about doing a channel similar to this yourselves, please look at sporttrack.com if you guys want to do anything oh my god, if you guys are not new to the channel, I do this every time because school. But yeah, sporttrack.com if you guys are interested. Definitely check it out because it helps you really understand how not deep your entire roster is, because all these dudes have contracts coming up in 1, 2, even 0 years. They could be on contract year. So the Browns, especially right now, this is Nick Bolton doesn't deserve to be up this high. I'm a huge Nick Bolton fan until recently. I've watched his past 2 games. He looks lost and injured, number one. But right now, linebacker is a huge issue. So right now, we're losing. I don't know why I'm saying right now so much. We're losing B.J. Goodson, right? We do have cap to re-sign some of these guys. However, I'm not going to put my neck on the line and say B.J. Goodson is going to be re-signed. You have Mack Wilson, you have Sione Takitaki. So we're missing that third linebacker spot. All right. Now, we're also kind of missing an edge spot because Curtis Weaver apparently is on the roster. I did not know this. So thank God for SportTrack.com for that. Again, not a sponsor. Don't worry, I'm not a sellout. We're not getting sponsored anytime soon unless we get some big dollars, because your boy in college, straight up. But Curtis Weaver's on the roster. Edge could be an issue, but slot corner, that's a huge issue for me. Kevin Johnson's going to be gone. Safety could be another thing that we go after as well. Interior defensive line, because Sheldon Richardson's leaving soon. However, biggest need, linebacker, and I am in love with Zaven Collins. As much as I hate him as an SMU student, watching Zaven Collins destroy SMU, Zaven Collins is going to be the pick 10 out of 10 here. He has athleticism, he can stuff the run, and he is a great in that pass coverage. He is a really talented guy, and adding him to Mack Wilson, Sione Takitaki is going to pay off dividends, because you invested all this money into Myles Garrett. I think he has a 7-year contract, 125 million. He is worth it, obviously. You don't want that to go to waste, right? You want him to be a huge part of your team, and I'm so happy Jaelan Phillips finally snuck up into the second round. One of my draft darlings there as well. Is Pat Freiermuth going to fall? I hope to God oh my God, he did. Guys, we're not going to be doing this bullshit with trading down picks and stuff. It's a little too RNG if you guys are new. Now, what I'm looking at is a couple things. I'm happy Tyson Campbell's falling as well. It's nice that they're actually rearranging the draft board, so it's nice to see that, because finally we get to have some fun. I think we're going to be targeting an interior defensive lineman in the third round. Right now, what I say we look at is wide receiver, because you have 3 wide receivers after this year. I don't know how many guys you're going to re-sign, to be 100% fair. Because Kadero Hodge, he could be re-signed. But the only 3 guys you have on roster are OBJ, Jarvis, and then Donovan's Peoples-Jones. I was about to say DPJ, and I was just like, no, we can't do that. That's kind of stupid. So, tight end, we're secure. We don't even need to go Pat Freiermuth with Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan's having a monster game right now. I was just watching the UNC Miami game. But, I mean, to be honest, guys, there's hints that Odell Beckham Jr. has played his last snap in Cleveland. You guys kind of need a true number 1 wide receiver. And a guy like Rondale Moore, yeah, I mean, Jarvis Landry kind of plays that slot role pretty damn well. So maybe it's not the best fit in the world. I mean, we can go Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I think that Rondale Moore is a little too good to give up on. I think he could be a true number one option. Definitely someone who, if you want to limit Baker's turnovers, him going along with Jarvis Landry, having two different types of slots, is kind of a good idea. Rondale Moore can develop into the better route runner because obviously, if you look at him in Purdue, he's a different player. Like there's there's players who just like act differently, and it's hard to explain. But when you watch him, he's unlike any other player. However, we don't really get to see too many routes that he runs at Purdue because I had a really, if you guys heard that, that was a damn weird sound. He doesn't run any routes because they're just they use him in a very unique role. And I think that could translate to the NFL. And I think that he has the ability with his frame as well to be able to run very solid routes. So this is something. This is going to be whether Rondale Moore is in the first or the third round is based on his combine route running. However, I think he can develop into a true number one wide receiver. He's my 16th guy in the draft. A lot of guys have him way higher than this. TDN is bullshit, but we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to take advantage of it, guys. Again, another place that we could be looking is, I mean, we don't need guard or anything, but I am going to be looking for maybe a Kerry Vincent in our next pick. Hopefully he is there. No, we are not trading up. Broncos, stop trying to kiss my ass. But, I mean, to be 100% fair, Kerry Vincent, thank God he's falling too. I don't really, okay, straight up, Elijah Molden, I have him ranked in the second round, so it's kind of like a win-win. Again, we're having two back-to-back picks, right? Not back-to-back, but pretty damn close picks. We're not going to be reaching for Elijah Molden with the number 90 pick, right? He's number 121. We have a little bit of a buffer there. Now, taking a look at what we do need interior presence, and ooh, baby! Jalen Tweeman fell to 90. This dude has sky-high potential. Sky high. I love this dude. I always put him at the end of the second round to the Steelers because he somehow always falls there. I'm not very high on interior linemen. And, you know, Sheldon Richardson's there for one more year. And you have Elliott. Elliott is your long-term option. Richardson's going to be great for developing a raw prospect like Jalen Tweeman. Jalen Tweeman could easily be a first-round prospect. Easily. Mel Kiper loves this dude. I'm not extremely huge into studying interior defensive linemen yet. It's something I'm developing personally. But, man, when you have a ceiling that's that high, there's hints that this dude's ceiling is Aaron Donald. Now, he might have a 5% chance of making it there, but with a guy like Sheldon Richardson, it might be the best case scenario. Put him with Jordan or Jaden Elliott. I don't know the guy's first name, guys. I'm going to be straight up. I could check it right now. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. No, it's not Deshaun Elliott. Oh, my God. I'm bugging. That's the free safety on the Ravens. However, no one cares about that. Get a guy whose ceiling is potentially Aaron Donald. I don't think you'll ever regret it. And now, guys, we're going to get the best slot corner in the draft. Better than Shaun Wade, arguably. Because Shaun Wade's better, but for some reason he's getting cocky and thinks he can really be a true boundary wide receiver. And guys, don't call me about the hair. It's post-workout hair. Leave me alone. It has no product in it. But we're going to be going Elijah Molden here. Again, second round prospect for me. Our next pick's going to be 107. So technically we could have waited there. However, Elijah Molden is just so worth that pick. And if Daniel Faalele continues to fall, I mean, thank God he didn't. But, I mean, that's a steal, obviously. But to be honest, he has opted out, and he's made a big difference on that team. You don't need tackles. You have the best tackle duo in the NFL, arguably. Now, at this spot, where can we go? We can go for that safety because I know, like, Sheldrick Redwine has some potential. Ronnie Harrison's gone after next year, unless you want to re-sign him, of course, which I don't really know if you do. Grant Delpit has potential. We haven't seen him do it yet, but he definitely has potential. And, I mean, running back-wise, you're set. You're set, honestly. I would look at a guy like Michael Carter, who's having a 250-yard game today, if I'm not mistaken. It's going on right now, guys. The game's not over. It could be, like, losing, 50 yards. But Michael Carter is an absolute monster. If you guys are going to sub to the channel, I am so going to start taking him more often. This dude is special. He has a special talent. But I've actually done this a couple times for the Browns in round 4. We could be going Shaka Toney here. Caden Stern's another one, but realistically, I think you just have to take best player available. And again, the edge is going to be great. However, let's just check out our next pick. Hopefully this doesn't screw up the mock system. 128, we could deal with potentially losing on that edge class because these guys like to fall. Again, Rashad Weaver is potentially a first-round prospect. I don't know why TDN likes to completely butt screw all these dudes to keep it PG. So we're definitely going to be picking up Rashad Weaver if that's the case in our next pick. But man, dude, Hamza is just too good to pass up. He has versatility. He can play free. He can play strong. He's definitely somebody who has a lot of potential. 6'4", rangy safety. Definitely someone who I am extremely intrigued into. And it's a high ceiling prospect again, lower floor, but that's okay. That's okay. You can take it when you have guys like Ronnie Harrison, Grant Delpit there, who are already proven. And so far from how the picks are starting to turn out, it looks like I made the right move by waiting to pick the guy himself, Shaka Toney, 18% pressure rate on Penn State. He's an absolute stud. Honestly, he might be starting to look better than Jason Away. He's definitely more that outside linebacker type, similar to an Olivier Vernon. He's going to fill up that Vernon role absolutely perfectly, and I think that's going to be absolutely wonderful. Again, take a shot every time I say the word absolutely. It's going to be a fun drinking game if you guys ever want to do this. I talk for 40 minutes straight for 5 videos a week, plus all these videos, and, sometimes I get repetitive. So if you guys ever want to make it a little more fun, hey, have a shot on me. Definitely not on me. I'm too broke to pay for your shit, but have a shot because of the crap that I say. But whatever, you guys. I'm just getting a little bit too weird here. Did I just see Yeboah? Kenny Yeboah is a stud, man. I like Yeboah. He's one of my later round dudes. Again, tackle, don't need that shit. Tight end, don't really need that shit. Harrison Bryant's looking good. Austin Hooper's looking good. Running back, again, don't need it. Tackle, don't need it. We don't need a slot corner anymore either. We could get some more depth, though. So right now it's down to wide receiver, which we took Rondale Moore. Again, you need more than 4 wide receivers if you're keeping Odell Beckham Jr. That's the key. If you're keeping Odell, you have 4. Otherwise, you don't. So let's check out the wide receivers on the board. Again, I'm thinking about taking Dyami Brown later on because, dude, Dyami Brown is on another level. I'm telling you, he is worth a 3rd-round pick. I'm going to be straight up. I love Dyami Brown. He has separation skills, route running, everything you need, and he's a boundary wide receiver. But y'all don't want to hear that shit. We could get a backup quarterback, but without Odell Beckham Jr., Baker Mayfield's been playing better. I assume we could pick up his 5th-year contract and just make sure he can be more consistent. That'd be the right role for me. Tanner Morgan used to be one of my draft darlings. I hate him now. I just don't like him at all. We're gonna be straight up. So let's look at the good value that's here. We can get a corner from UCF. I don't like Aaron Robinson too much. Melifonwu would be a good guy in that safety room, but we already have a crowded safety room now, especially with stealing Hamza. We don't need that. We can get Dante Stills, but again, I think he needs to go back and have another year at West Virginia. Reggie Roberson would be fun to add some extra speed because, again, you can never go wrong with extra speed. We already have a bunch of slot guys, and Reggie's definitely a guy you can stick more on the outside. Just saying. There's not really... This is a really bad spot. This is a spot where I would consider trading down, personally. Let's just check when our next pick is. I always select the Jaguars or something. Our next pick is at 204. So we did trade for this pick. Now we have... the next pick's at 204. So if we want anybody before 200, I assume we should get them now. We could be getting a guard here in Tommy Kramer. I'm bugging on your guard's name. I'm so pissed off right now. I'm so bugging right now. But he's been doing really fucking well. I don't know why I bug out on people's names. But, he's been playing really damn well. He's your right guard, if I'm not mistaken. Wyatt Teller. Got it, guys. Teller has been doing really well. And then your left guard situation, I believe, is Batonio. He's getting older as well, but you guys still have him under contract. You could get some extra backup linemen, though, because if I'm not mistaken, you are losing one of your backup tackles. That is something we can do. So to be honest, this is just a luxury pick here. Get Tyler Vrabel. He's a very talented tackle, very talented lineman. He's not going to be fitting any of your needs whatsoever because you don't really have any more. You just need some extra wide receivers, and then maybe you could get a 3rd quarterback. Realistically, you don't have too much to worry about. We can get another cornerback also if you want to. Realistically, I don't think you need to. That's somebody that you could probably go UDFA for. Just getting your 4th, 5th, 6th cornerbacks. It's not really that big of a need. We're getting our backups here. And we're just taking the highest floor/ceiling dudes, the dudes who are the best at that pick. And this is a perfect place to be in. If we're going to be 100% fair, if we're going to be honest with each other, this is a perfect place to be because you're just picking best available, right? There's definitely nothing to be pissed off about. Now, we don't need to go Linderbaum. He's the center out of Iowa. He would be a very good guy for a backup if you didn't draft the dude out of Washington, Nick Harris, if I'm not mistaken. I'm bugging on his name too. But you drafted him last year. You have him until 2024. We already got a guy like Vrabel who can back up tackle, back up guard spots. Don't need another lineman. But, I mean, hey, you could use another corner because you do have a lot of dudes on contract. So right now we have 3 dudes, including our slot corner on contract. Well, actually, no, we have 4. Because, I mean, there's some dude who no one cares about him. So Marco Wilson could be a great spot here to just take a dude, extra depth. Why not? I mean, he's a dude I love. I like these Florida corners. They're definitely going to be built more for the man style, learning from the corners there, like Greedy Williams, Denzel Ward. That's going to really help him out on being able to have these man-to-man skills. And I like him a lot. So really just a best-case scenario. And that's kind of the fun thing about this draft. The Browns have a really loaded roster. You guys should be 9-3. Realistically, you should be 9-3 right now. I had you guys going 11-5 if I'm not mistaken. So y'all on pace. You're good. You're looking good. So good job. Good job to you guys. You guys definitely could be even better than that. And that's something to hang your hat on. That's a really good job by your whole entire organization. And good job by Odell Beckham Jr. for getting injured and then randomly making Baker Mayfield better. But this spot, oh, please say Dyami Brown is here. He definitely is. With all these dudes on the board. So Daz Newsome, don't need him. Another slot guy. Daz Newsome's talented, but that's definitely a UDFA guy if you want to go after him. Jalen Darden, man, he's another one of my draft loves. One of my subs recommended me to watch this dude. Absolute beast out of North Texas. If you guys are guys who like the draft, watch this guy too. He has burst. He's similar to Daz Newsome, in my opinion. Hazelton, I didn't see him put any separation, especially today against the Georgia corners. That's a little bit worrisome to me if you can't make separation against any of the corners, even though they're much higher grade than he is. Tamorrion Terry, he's kind of taken a backseat with injuries and stuff. I like him a lot. He's definitely somebody worth a 6th-round pick to me. Jonathan Adams drops. He has like 9 drops on the year, maybe 10. That's a little bit of an issue for me, especially when you have a ball being thrown at you by a better quarterback with more velocity. Marco Stevenson, another burner. Don't really need that. We could use a true outside wide receiver. I am going Dyami Brown here. Sue me if you guys want to. Dyami Brown, I think that he is worth literally a 3rd, if not, maybe we'll just go with a 4th or a 5th just to be safe. But he is a beast. So looking at our picks here, we filled in that need at linebacker with a real stud player who will actually lead the defense as well. Has good pass rushing skills as well. I think that he's amazing all-around linebacker. Rondale Moore, he's going to fill that potential number 1 spot. That's going to be amazing just to have that youth in there as well. And Jarvis Landry, Odell, if you keep him, that's going to be great mentors for him. Jalen Tweeman, just the steal of the draft right there. I think that he's a definite 2nd-round talent. You're getting him near the end of the 3rd. Elijah Molden, again, 2nd-round talent for me, getting him at the end of the 3rd. Great value. Hamza, mid-3rd to me, getting him late 4th. Beautiful value. You fill in a need potentially. And that means you get to save some money if you don't want to sign a guy like Ronnie Harrison, right? Shaka Tony, just get some extra edge presence. See if Curtis Weaver turns out, but you never can like actually take a full-on like leap of faith into a guy who was drafted in the 5th round. Tyler Vrabel, just get some extra line depth. We've seen, especially from like the guys like the Eagles, the Cowboys, what happens when linemen go down. It could be nice to have somebody there because I know you guys do have the guy from Pittsburgh. I'm bugging on his name right now, but he's pretty damn solid. But you do need a 2nd tackle, right? It's just because 1 tackle goes down doesn't mean another one will. And Marco Wilson, I mean, man, you're just taking cream of the crop picks here. This is an A+ draft to me. Right here, you filled all your needs and got best players available. Like, your team is set. Straight up set. Baker has no more excuses anymore. Odell Beckham Jr. just might have been too much of a distraction. There's no excuses anymore. This is an excellent draft, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.